one thing survived. They could not break its following. The game.
Okay, Rick, you take out the junior bumper cars, I'm going to go for the spin fish.
I'd be wary of those fish though, because I had to gut each individual pod myself.
Really? That must have been a bit messy.
Yeah, it left an awful lot of flop, fish flop.
How did you, how did you fashion the plastic feet moulded inside?
That was incredible, because I actually caught fish that had that already internally.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
it's a
very
bizarre
rare.
occurrence.
But you never know what toxic waste could... Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Games World. It's Tuesday night, it's Console night, and we're back on air, and he has a habit of sneaking up on you, doesn't he?
He certainly does, especially when you're talking about fish guts. He loves his fish guts.
It's just like the Scooby-Doo episode when the mummy is creeping up on Scooby-Doo. Oh, with Thelma, she hasn't got her glasses on, she doesn't realise...
I don't remember they were talking about fish guts at the time, though.
Really?
No.
Oh, I think they were.
No, well, mind you, we
theory.
never knew what Scooby snacks actually were.
Oh, that's true. Could be some sort of fish-based product.
Yeah.
We just don't know. How to ask Drew later? He'll know.
Fishy nibble.
Do you know Drew? No, he doesn't know either. Oh, he's got all the tapes as well, you would have thought. Okay, going on to the games. What's our main review tonight, Rick?
We've got Jet Rider as our main game today, and Jet Rider itself is sort of a jet ski game. We go over land and water in the future. It's absolutely fantastic. It's on the PlayStation.
Land and water.
Land and water
Both
combination.
fused.
No
the
air.
perfect playing style.
There's no sky though.
Really?
No sky.
Oh, that could be a bit deadly. But we also have Destruction Derby too, and that's another great racing game for the PlayStation. That's coming up in a minute. Are we going over to Kate now to take another look at our...
We certainly are. She's running around like Shalin Janica.
Really?
No,
She doesn't look like her.
but she does from behind.
Not quite as pretty.
This is Peter Robinson, and he was one of the co-designers on a rather interesting new arcade game. Tell us about your game, Peter.
Yeah, it's an old concept brought today with electric shock treatment, and we use a high frequency vibration instead of electricity. That's really electricity now isn't suitable to health and safety and what have you.
Yeah, people are going to do this for fun.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's been out in Blackpool. It's been their best machine in Blackpool for 30 years.
What
It's
is the
great
world
fun.
coming to?
Yeah, but it is
I
fun.
don't know. Right, well, can I have a go then?
By all means, go ahead.
Wire me up.
Okay. It is totally safe, by the way.
I didn't do it! I'm innocent! Oh, well, this is easy. I think I'm fried. Excuse me, would you like to say something from Sky Television? Sorry? We're from Sky Television.
Yeah.
What do you think of the show here today?
Fantastic.
Have you
Very,
seen any
very
good
good.
games that you like?
I suppose there are a lot of products around. News games. So, Sound and Leisure got some nice jukebox. I like it very much.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. The computer channel's very own Annika Rice, I think you'll find.
Certainly is, or is it Pilau rice? I am not quite sure.
Or perhaps Mr. Ben, or Uncle Ben. Oh, Mr. Ben's the guy with the hat.
And the shopkeeper, as if by magic, the shopkeeper appeared and said, "Oh, can you get out of your clothes, please?"
Very
Yeah.
good, that, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I've got all of those
television,
on tape as
1970s.
well. 9 times out of 10, he'd become a knight and go and fight dragons and stuff like that. Do you remember?
Oh, that was great. And he always got a little memento, like a snowstorm.
Yeah, he did. In fact, he stole those.
Yeah, he
Mr.
did.
Ben's a thief, children!
He was locked away for 25 years.
Yeah, that's why we've never seen him again. But he's
Yeah.
going through rehab and he's coming out of old man Ben too. During Gates of War, we found out something very interesting. Drew's
Yeah.
got his own little digitizer thing, and he's gone on to the Scooby-Doo website, and you know what we found?
What have we found,
We
Mr. Barry?
we found the recipe for Scooby snacks. And we'll be-
My word!
we're just like Ready Steady Cook, aren't we? And we'll be giving you the recipe later on. Or perhaps we'll get Ainsley Harriet along, but we'll still give you the recipe for Scooby snacks. moving on to the reviews, what we got?
We have got Jet Rider, which we mentioned earlier on the PlayStation, split screen, scrolling, fast driving game sort of thing.
Got people with hands like that.
No, it hasn't.
Okay. Also, we have Reloaded, the sequel to last year's favourite from Gremlin.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's
Lots
good,
of
isn't it?
shooting and blood.
That's what we like. Once more,
A bit like the
blowing up.
Butchers down in Kentish Town High Street.
Yeah, although perhaps not as much pork in it. Also, that's how
Probably
it looks
is,
at the
maybe.
moment. Last but not least, our other game for today is Rick.
Destruction Derby 2.
Thank you. There we are. And that's another sequel to last year's video. And this is much better than the first one.
It's fantastic. It's got pit stops and everything. And just watch the reviews.
Do you
for
remember
that.
Penelope Pit Stop? She was great as well, wasn't she? Do you remember she had all the little men in there? And everyone...
She wasn't as good as Lady Penelope though.
Oh, I think she was better.
Although the
fancied
hooded
her.
claw.
The hooded
Kids used to
claw.
say,
Do you remember
I'll
the
get you Penelope
Pit
Pit
Stop.
Stop. If it's the last thing I ever do.
Everyone used to
reviews.
say that. And then there would be 7 little men as well. What were their names?
The Deep South, land of the deviled egg, home of the stretch Cadillac and the string tie, has suffered a rude awakening. Something is afoot in the swamp. Pastel-coloured idiots on jet bikes are tearing down stretches of black water, bouncing off logs and disturbing the gentle slumbers of the local alligators. They claim they've been doing it for years, that they've visited exotic beaches and mountain rock pools, but you don't believe them, they're outsiders, and outsiders aren't welcome round here. And you thought the only perils of futuristic motocross were restricted to the race itself. 10 snaking tracks on water and land, jutting rocks, plunging canyons, sudden petrol shortages. Almost everything stands in your way on the way to the top of the suicidal sports community. These souped-up dream racers blow raspberries in the face of current technology. Your bikes are equipped with fetching miniature jet engines, allowing your rider to reach skin-peeling velocities. If you think you can survive both the rigours of the course and Jolene and Bobby's Louisiana welcoming committee, then you might just be the man for the job.
Jet Rider is fantastic. There, I've said it. Now, Sony sort of like completely and utterly forgot about this on the release schedule. They just shut down the release schedule. They didn't tell anybody it was coming out. So none of that hype we saw with Wipeout 2097. It was just sort of like slotted in, if you like. Now, that was a big, big mistake, because this game really and utterly, completely pants all over, if that's the right word. That probably isn't, but there you go. I think you know what I'm talking about. Pants all over Wipeout 2097, because it is utterly and utterly geared around playability. Now, fortunately, it also has high-res graphics, which make it look superb, and a split-screen mode. Now, Wipeout didn't have that. A split-screen mode for 2 players to play, all in high-res. It is fantastic, and you have 20 other bikes to race again in single-player mode. Now, you name one other game that does that.
Indeed, I mean, it really is a top game. It's nice to see a bit of originality in racing games. So far, 95% of racing games we've had sports cars, and sports cars. And with this one, they've actually invented...
Oh, what about sports cars?
Well, yeah, the occasional sports car, obviously, but it's mostly sports cars.
Okay.
But they've actually invented a new vehicle to go with this. It's kind of like a futuristic jet ski, but it can go on land as well. I mean, I didn't prefer it to Wipeout 2097, I must say that, but the best thing about that game was the weapons for me. But this is nevertheless a great game. All the levels are very, very well designed. They take you to unusual locations. You'll find yourself like flying through the deep south, in swamps, going over waterfalls. I mean, the whole experience is great fun. The graphics are superb, the sound is superb. Overall, it's a very, very stylish, very playable game. What more could you possibly want?
Great racing frolic, Sonny.
Old psychopaths never die, they just tend to hide around corners, sweating. Such is the case with the cast of Loaded, the manic PlayStation shoot-'em-up that grabbed Taste by its ears and flung it into a room of burning teddies. Most of the game's characters have returned for this sequel, the missing reprobates having gone into missionary work or joined Harry Seacombe's highway team. Not much has changed in the Loaded universe. Random violence still stalks dark corridors, sudden explosions still light up the sky. There are, however, 2 brand new characters to try your hand at. Sister Magpie is the first, a decidedly uncharitable nun with a chrome wimple and matching plasma cannon. She is joined by the Consumer, a purple-haired vixen with stripy tights and the heart of a devil. If you grow weary of never-ending bouts of blasting, then Reloaded offers you the chance to interrogate characters before finally sending them to console heaven. Their answers could give you the quickest route to that elusive armory power-up, or just directions to the nearest in-game toilet.
Right, the next game is Reloaded. Now, we all remember Loaded. It was one of the very first sort of shooty games on the PlayStation, and it was good to a point. It was a bit limited, the gameplay was very similar. It was a cross, if you remember, between Doom and sort of a top-down shooter game like Gauntlet. Now, Reloaded is the same in theory, because this time you have like little plot lines and little missions to do instead of just picking up keys and opening doors. This time you actually have to, say, for instance, find a terrorist in the middle of a desert and kill them, or stop them going off on the jetpack, that kind of thing. And it does improve the game quite a lot, actually, putting these little missions in. The only problem with it, though, is it is still not exactly a blast fest. There's a lot to do on screen, but it's just not enough. The actual playability itself just lacks that certain something. I mean, it's hard to say, and all games players would know this, what that certain something is, but you know once you've played it. The graphics also seem actually worse than the original, and the music isn't as good either. So I'm not overly impressed.
Pretty much exactly what I thought when I played this. I mean, this should be a great game in theory. I mean, the characters, the actual idea for the characters themselves are wonderful. You've got this huge series of very exotic characters doing balmy things. But like Rick says, the graphics are inferior to the original. I mean, the main point of appeal of the original version was just the extremity of violence. You get power-up after power-up after power-up, your guns get bigger, the explosions get bigger, the amount of entrails flying off the walls got bigger. But this was just boring, quite frankly. It didn't have that kind of appeal. What they've added to it is a nice idea, again, in theory. But they didn't do really very much with it. You can interact with characters to a very limited way, but overall, not a terribly fascinating game. An unsatisfying blaster, which is the most important thing about shoot-ups. You have to feel engaged, you have to feel like you want to carry on butchering your way through levels, and this just didn't have it. A nice idea in theory.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Talk about bad luck. There you are, lone survivor of the original Destruction Derby, limping manfully to the stadium exit, dreaming of peace, quiet and your grandmother's soup recipes. And what happens? Some heartless cad organises a sequel, and you're strapped screaming back into the driving seat. This time around, there are even more contestants to deal with. 19 card-carrying maniacs just dying to crush your lovely bonnet and spit blood on your wing mirror. There are also 7 tracks, from the reasonably cultured SCA Speedway to the Death Bowl, a shadowy pudding basin of fender-bending mayhem. The rules are, there actually aren't any, not in the strictest sense of the word. You basically score points by the amount of damage you inflict on your fellow sportsmen, from 10 points for spinning your opponents a paltry 90 degrees, to the top score of 25 for wrecking it entirely and sending him running for the comfort of a hot bath and an elastoplast the size of a hammock.
Watch it!
Right, well, my review of this game is going to earn me the normal tirade of abuse, the shouting and screaming I have to put up with from Rick, but I'm sorry, this was rubbish, I hated it. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of the original either, I thought it was a very one-dimensional game, and there is one big fault for me with Destruction Derby 2. It's not that it's particularly hard to play, but But if you're in a race and you crash once, suddenly every single opponent rushes past you and goes off. I mean, the best thing about the game are the Death Bowl levels, the arena levels, which are fantastic. They're great fun. Wing mirrors flying everywhere, teeth flying everywhere. They're great. But the actual stock car levels and the circuit levels, although they're playable and they're fun and the carnage is nice, they don't make for a good racing game, merely because the challenge is so unevenly weighted, and I just can put my fingers in my ears and abuse properly.
I'm not going to abuse him. I've been taking little pills since the last time we did this for me heart. And I'm telling you, I'm going to be quite calm. I may kill him later on, but hey, that's something to look forward to. Destruction Derby 2 is a great game. Now, the point of, like, crashing and then other cars passing you, isn't that not to crash? Don't crash. That's it. I mean, wow, unusual concept. A driving game that you mustn't crash in, otherwise you'll get beat. Oh, isn't that like life? Destruction Derby 2 is absolutely superb. The original was a bit, from my opinion, but Destruction Derby 2 really takes it to a new genre. I mean, firstly, you've got loads more effects, etc. You've got pit stops where you can repair your car. If you crash, you do go slower. That's why they go past you. I mean, it's the point of the game. That's why the destruction mode is there. And anyway, at least it's got the arena. If you're no good at the racing mode, the arena is tops. You see cars flying up in the air and everything. I am saying this just now. Destruction Derby 2 is completely original and will never be bettered for what it is.
Words of wisdom there from somebody other than Rick.
Oh, I like the look of that little racer, actually. I think you're right.
It's not bad.
I think it's very good. Okay, we're moving on now. We've gotten rid of our Hanna-Barbera references because the computer channel won't let us mention Godzuki anymore, and we're moving on to the competition.
I'd rather move on to stock animation, like more.
We're going to more.
But no,
And the
let's
little
go
paintball.
into the competition because
And do you
they'll
remember
get in
Mr.
trouble.
Barker, who always used to be in trouble with the council? The council won't like
He was great. Whatever happened to him?
I think he's the producer now or something at the BBC.
Is he?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually,
That's
I think
why
he's
they have sweep in changes.
Yeah, there you go. See, he's not a top television presenter. Okay,
Anyway.
moving on to the competition. What's today's clue?
Right, today's clue is he may well present Global Village.
In a dress, ladies and gentlemen. Because it's actually a woman who's doing Global
Is
Village.
it?
Yeah. So the man put on a dress and a wig or something.
I never knew that.
Well, it's a bit cryptic, but there you go. There's a second clue for you. At the end of the week will be all of the clues.
I've seen Mrs. Doubtfire, and that was a bloke.
Yeah, I know. That was
In a
Robin
dress.
Williams, and he was top.
Eddie Izzard wears the dress.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's his own fashion statement. I mean, he's allowed to do that.
Well, you never know.
You never know. What about Tootsie? Do you remember that was Dustin Hoffman in a dress as well? Most convincing. I thought it was actually quite
There's a
pretty.
hell of a lot of it going round.
There is. I don't know. Maybe
That's
next week you'll see
TV
me.
for you.
Maybe next week you'll see me in a little ballet skirt or something. Who knows? If you want to see that, write in on a
Oh,
postcard.
I think I've got to go.
Yeah, time for a break, everybody. He's left, and I don't blame him. It's just you and me, Drew. We'll see you all after the break for more top television action.
Would you rather remain anonymous or choose a luxury sports saloon that provokes discussion?
Come on! Okay, let's hit it! Where we go, Daddy-o!
With National Lottery Instance, you could win £1,000. Or £5,000. Or maybe just £100. Forget it all, for an instant.
If you've ever been at the mercy of back, joint or muscle pain, you'll know there's nothing more frustrating. New Solpaflex is a powerful painkiller, specially formulated to relieve pain fast and reduce inflammation. New Solpaflex makes you feel human again.
Some people choose a luxury car for the badge. Wouldn't you rather choose one for the car?
Hi everybody, we're back from the break and we're back on air. What was that?
Backity back.
Thank you, Rick.
I
Time for
learned
another one
that
of your
at
little...
presenting school, ladies and gentlemen.
No, you didn't. You learned that from some hobo you met
When you
outside
forget
on
your
the street.
lines, you just repeat the same word over and
Something
over
very
again.
interesting, ladies and gentlemen.
again.
Don't listen to anything
And
he's saying.
again.
During the break,
Again.
we looked up the Tony Hart website, the official
We certainly
website,
did.
live from Las Vegas, because that's where he's living now. And we found out, in fact, it wasn't Mr. Barker, it was Mr. Bennett.
Mr. Bennett.
He was always in trouble with the councillors, and every week
was.
he'd knock over Tony Hart's easel or something like that, and he'd get most upset. Do you remember he had a different presenter every week and a different assistant for Tony Hart?
He was very good, actually. There was one I had a particular crush on when I was about 12.
Really? They got an
Yeah.
injunction against you, though, didn't they?
Yeah,
They got a court order to say you'll stop sending her letters.
I'm not allowed to go within at least 50 yards.
Yes. Okay, well, Bob Mills is still lying somewhere critical in a hospital. They're syringing the opal fruit out of his nose at the moment, I believe.
He's certainly had a fatal recall kind of thing.
Yeah, they can't get past his shoulder pads. This is the problem. They've had to sort of get a crane in to take it out.
He shouldn't have left the wrapper on. That was the
It's a
problem.
messy experience.
Otherwise it just slips down.
Tim Boone is keeping a constant vigil by his side. So while that's happening, me and Rick are going to have another one of our famous walkabouts to the arcade show and show you what's going on this year. Should we do it?
Ready.
1, 2, 3. Please work!
So there we were. Barry and myself were wandering aimlessly around the ATEI, looking for any small nuggets that might draw our attention. And blow me, we found X Street Fighter 3D hidden in some cranny. Basically, Japanese boffins have been hidden away in small dark rooms, creating a version of Street Fighter made of Lego. Yep, it's 3D time, but with the same kind of moves that you can expect from any Street Fighter game. It's looking rather smart, but is it indeed a Virtua Fighter contender? We're not overly sure, but it looks rather good indeed, and we're more than happy. It should be in your arcades pretty soon, although this version, we were told, was only about 75% complete, so maybe we'll see a bit more added to it before you do.
So you're sitting at home and you're saying to yourself, good Lord, Barry, surely you can't give me any more Red Hot exclusives. Well, once again, you'll be wrong. There it is, folks. For the first time on British TV, the Red Hot #1 Street Fighter 3D. The Street Fighter mob have gone 3D, and it's all a little bit crazy. Jews frothing at the mouth. I haven't seen him this excited since the 12-hour Huckleberry Hound marathon on the Cartoon Network. It's that good. My man with the plan, Martin's been playing it all day. Martin, what's it like?
Well, what you come to expect from Capcom, top-class gaming action with good graphics. What they've done, they've taken the Street Fighter characters, put them in a nice 3D environment. The graphics aren't as polished as, say, like Tekken 3, they're more like Tekken 2, but the game is just as good as the other Street Fighter games. If you're a Street Fighter fan, you're gonna love it. There's loads of new characters, and all the moves are there.
Great, now you've got a lot of the old characters. You've got Ryu's back, Chun-Li's back, Gule's back. What are the new characters like? Do they play as well?
Yeah, there's a girl called Pullum, and she does a lot of kick maneuvers, where she does kicks over the head, she does sort of spin kicks, like what Chun-Li does, things like that. And there's a Skullomania, who's a skeleton-style character, and he comes in and does all weird sort of stuff. It's completely crazy. That's top game.
Right, now this is sort of Capcom's early foray into the 3D market. They've been left a couple of years behind Namco and Sega, and are catching up. It doesn't look as good as Tekken 3. Do you think that will hurt it in the long run?
No, I don't think. I think die-hard Street Fighter fans will love it. I'm not a great Street Fighter fan, but I still liked it. I'm a Tekken fiend myself, but I'd play it because it's a lot more skill involved than Tekken. You have to get the maneuvers off a lot harder. They're a lot harder to do than say like Tekken.
Well, in my opinion, Capcom have always been the main people for playability. You think they've concentrated on that more than the graphics?
Oh, certainly have. Yeah, playability is always top with them. soon.
There you go, you've heard it first. Playability's always top. Duke can't contain himself anymore. He's going to put his tripod down and go for this. This might even take over from the new Smooth. You never know. Oh, look at this! Look, it's Ermanchew from the Magic Roundabout. Ermanchew, we love you, Ermanchew. Come back to us, Ermanchew. It's not alive, Drew. We've got to move on. Let's go.
Yep, Atari are back. They're bringing out more arcade games like you've never seen before. Well, that's a complete lie, actually, because San Francisco Rush, which is their latest driving game effort, is exactly like you've seen before. You've seen it a million times. You've seen it over and over again. Sega Rally, Daytona, any other driving game. Yep, that's it. Except this time, at least, it's based in San Francisco. Hang on a second, though. If this is San Francisco, where are the hills? Where's Macy's? Where's Michael Douglas?
San Francisco, here I come. Games World's where I'm headed from. That's right, Atari make their grand comeback in their brand new racing spectacular San Francisco Rush. Basically, it is based in San Francisco, surprise, surprise. And so this should supposedly deliver all the high thrills and large jumps San Francisco has to offer. Our man Martin has been getting to grips. What's it like, Mark?
Sorry, I fell asleep. San Francisco Rush, don't rush out and play it. It's bad.
Well, I must admit, it does kind of look like San Francisco Crawl. The graphics are nice, but it's not very fast, is it?
Not at all. I'm doing 40 miles an hour, and there's nothing at all on the road. I can sit here quite happily like this, not do anything. The game, a Jaguar has done better. It's not something you'd expect to see in an arcade now. They've tried to look like Sega, but failed miserably.
Oh, I think it's 5 years too late. First of all, oh, you just heard that crash. I think that's just about where this game should go. First of all, the Lynx, then the Jaguar, now this game. Atari, get up!
Oh, bleh.
You made it, Rick.
Yeah, this time it seemed
Finally.
to work. He gave me a few lessons just
I
before the
did.
show.
Mr. Smeaker got on the telephone and told him what he's doing wrong. Apparently he got magic stuff.
I bought you a drink, but don't think for 1 minute that you are very droll.
Seriously funny. Tonight at 11:30 on X4C.
Last week, I decided to decorate the rooms of my house in all my favorite colors. Mint green. Irish cream. Wonderful. They match the tones of my favorite chocolate drink, Options, made with real Belgian chocolate. There are 11 delicious flavors to choose from. Personally, I just adore ginger.
Every age has a different kind of beauty. Organics with Glucazone nourishes your hair's living roots to give you vitality and shine from the first time you use it. A deeper beauty that comes from the root. Organics from the Alida Hair Institute for inner beauty that shines through.
This week, the Wednesday jackpot is a guaranteed £10 million.
It's you.
One day I'll meet my Prince Charming. It's me! It's me!
It could be you.
If your idea of a typical estate car is something that resembles a wardrobe on wheels, take a look at the new Citroen Xandia Estate. And if you're wondering what it's like flat out, well, it's got all the capacity I need.
When you want to feel really clean and cared for, try new Carex Body Wash. Its gentle antibacterial agents remove impurities, while dual moisturizers actively condition your skin. So for fresh, clean, healthy-feeling skin, try new Carex Body Wash.
Thousands of people are out looking for UFOs. And they're going to Blockbuster Video, because we've got more copies of Independence Day than anyone else.
Darkest